Hello everyone. Previously, we had discussed about the proxy API and the reflect API, right? So today we'll be discussing about the typed arrays and array buffer. So typed arrays, so if you are involved in the competitive programming, so definitely you will be making use of you would be knowing typed arrays, what I'm speaking of. So typed arrays and also the array buffer, right? So typed arrays are definitely, so you'll be making use of it in the memory management. Basically, when you'll get the MLE or something, if you want to optimize the code, definitely you would have made use of the typed arrays, right? Instead of the normal arrays, you will go with the typed arrays. And when I say array buffer, they are also used in the fast input output, right? So when I say array buffer, so if you are involved in the competitive programming, this is one of the advantages. So you will be knowing the typed arrays as well as the array buffer concept for sure. I mean, if you are involved in CP and if you are writing the code in either JavaScript or the Node instead of other programming languages like CPP or Java. So if you are involved in Node or the JavaScript, definitely you will be knowing the concepts of typed arrays and the array buffer. Let's discuss the same thing. Let's see with the simple examples, right? So first, what are typed arrays basically? Basically, typed arrays provides a way to handle the binary data in the memory with specific types like int32 array or uint8 array. Int32 array, like it is used to handle the positive and negative numbers both, while I say uint8 array or uint16 array, it will be it is used to handle only the positive numbers, right? So you would have made use of the bigint as well, bigint 64 array, this one. These are all the typed arrays basically. This is just the example of this thing, how to make use of the typed arrays. Suppose examples are int32 array, it may be uint8 array, uint16 array, uint32 array, or bigint 64 array as well. So this is about the typed arrays. Basically, it provides a way to handle the binary data in the memory with specific types, right? Also, what is array buffer then? Array buffer is underlying memory buffer for the typed arrays. It is just a underlying memory buffer for the typed arrays itself. It is basically typed arrays handle the binary data in the memory with specific types, right? So let's understand the same thing, basic typed arrays first with the example, and then we will also see the array buffer with the typed array. First, let's understand the basic typed arrays. So I'll just come here. Let me give const. Let me call this one int array, right? So new int, this one. You can clearly see this is showing here int32 array, right? So I'll just take this int32 array of size 4. Let me consider of size 4, right? I have considered int array variable name here of 0 index. The first index, I'll just assign this one to 42. So here, let me log this one. This is very simple example. I'll just consider int array. So what should be the output now? So here we have considered int32 array of size 4. So first, for the first index, we are assigning this one 42, right? The value 42. So now what should be the output? Other 3 has to be 0 and the first number has to be 42 within the array. So it has to be 42 and other 3 numbers should be 0. Let's try running the code. So yeah, we are getting the output in 32 of size 4. Within the array, we are getting 42 and 0, 0, 0. This works absolutely correct, right? So this is the very basic example of making use of the typed arrays, right? Next, what we will do, we will see another example, how to make use of the array buffer with a typed array. So let me delete this one. So let me give here, I'll just give the variable name buffer here and let me call new array buffer, right? Array buffer of, let me consider 8 bytes. So I'll just give 8 here. So here, let me get view equals new let me consider, last time we had considered int32 or int array, right? Int32, I think. I don't, int32 or int8. This time I'll just consider int16 array. So let me consider int16 array here of the variable buffer we have given. So I'll just give here. So let me set this one view, the first index to 256. Value 256, and let's log the this one. What shall I call? So here, let me give a view, right? So yeah. So now the output that I need to get here is, here we have considered int16 array. So and array buffer we have considered 8 bytes. So we are making use of the buffer, not the size of the array. Array of the size, we are not setting the size to 4 as we did in the previous example. We are considering the array buffer here, and we are setting the buffer to 8 bytes. So that's what we need to keep in mind. And here I am logging the view, right? The first index I am setting to 256, and now the output that I need to get here is not 256 and the other this one. We shouldn't get 256 and 7 zeros. Instead, we should get 256 and 3 zeros, right? So we are making use of the buffer here, that we should keep in mind. Let me try running this code. Yeah, now here int16 of int16 array of size 4, and we are getting the output 256 and the 000. So this works absolutely correct. So I hope the concept of array buffer as well as the typed arrays are clear. You can just Google this one. You can try with the different example. Basically, you can also make use of the bigint as well. If you're dealing with the large numbers, bigint 64 array, and also int 32, int 64. I mean, you int unsigned and 16 array and 32 array. Those are all the things you can try on your own, right? So you'll get to know about the typed arrays and the array buffer more if you go in depth, right? So I insist to go to I insist to Google and to try on your own, basically. So that's what I wanted to say. This is it for the array buffer and the typed arrays. Next topic that we will be discussing is this one, service workers as well as the progressive web apps. So progressive web apps, how we will make use of the service workers, right? That's what we will be discussing in the next topic. So this is it for now. Thanks for watching, guys.